Year 1991. M.S. Joseph was working as Director of Agriculture Department in New Delhi. At that time, the price of coconut in Kerala touched rock bottom and coconut farmers in Kerala started strong protest. K. Karunakaran, who was the then Chief Minister of Kerala, reached Kerala House in New Delhi and summoned M.S. Joseph. Joseph, even if you wage war in the sky, reward would be given only on earth. Therefore, it's time to stop your service in the center and come to Kerala. This was K. Karunakaran's order to M.S. Joseph. But Joseph expressed apprehensions to Karunakaran's proposal. Joseph was lured by the career advancement if he continued in New Delhi, and he also feared getting into central government's blacklist if he ends his service in Delhi abruptly, without fulfilling the prescribed term. But Karunakaran pacified him and assured him that he will resolve the issues concerned. Joseph, who was later made the director of Kerala Agricultural Production Department, made extensive discussions with Karunakaran on framing a comprehensive farm policy for the state. Karunakaran later deputed M.S. Joseph and then Agricultural Minister P.P. George for framing a farm policy for the state. It paved the way for formulating a blueprint on Kerala's agricultural sector and its possibilities in the future. Later, many programs and projects were implemented under the guidelines framed by Joseph and George. M.S. Joseph still remembers the ridiculing laughter heard from the opposition benches in the Legislative Assembly when P.P. George stood up to talk about the farm policy of the state. It was a disheartening sight. Many legislators ridiculed George. He was very disappointed those days, and sometimes even summoned me to his official residence to share his thoughts on the farm policy, Joseph said. He also said that P.P. George always consoled him, saying that as long as the state exists, it will remember his contributions. Kerala is the first state in India to have its own farm policy. State's farm policy was implemented on March 31st, 1992. Even the centre started formulation of a central farm policy a year after Kerala started with its own. Joseph has asked Minister George to plant some coconut trees in the Secretariat compound in memory of farm policy. Joseph and George met Karunakaran for this purpose. He requested him to plant a coconut sapling along with the agriculture minister and opposition leader. On Karunakaran's direction, arrangements were made for the ceremony, but the then opposition leader V.S. Achuthanandan withdrew from the ceremony at the last moment. Instead of him, Chief Secretary S. Padmakumar joined with George and Karunakaran to plant the trees. The only wish of M.S. Joseph, who is currently confined to his home due to COVID-19, is to take a photo with those coconut trees in the Secretariat when the restrictions are eased. News Desk, Kaumudy English.